What up? What up? Happy Thursday, boys and girls. Today is episode 151 and Pineapple Juice, Tech 9. Episode of Crew Talk Sports, baby. As working on the layout, but we got the co-host Ev Vinyls up in the house. Chillo Bets here to rock. Ev, great work. Dante's at Zach Bryan, just getting one poured on and two white girl wasted. How are you doing though, man?
You love to see it. You love to see it, baby. How can I be any better, man? Preseason is underway. Your Steelers absolutely kicked the shit out of the Packers. Your Steelers, by the way. Drew Allar, future QB1 for the Steelers. Lock it in right now.
Yeah. Did you pull the DGen move and put a couple fivers on these games?
No, because I'm not a sick bastard.
Ooh,
I
Chillo
did.
is.
I did.
Yeah, for some reason I was just like sitting in traffic on the way home. I'm like fading the Cardinals, right? I'm like, the Cardinals are a horrible organization. Put a fiver on the Raiders. Obviously they're losing, right? I bet on the Colts. Just thought Anthony Richardson would like want to show more effort and heart.
Well, I think
They
his
just kicked
stat
the
line's
field goal. They're
pretty.
down 3.
I think his stat line's like not terrible.
Yeah, no, the
Last-
pick wasn't his fault. Did you see that pick? The tight end just
No.
like dropped it. It deflected into the other homie's hands. That wasn't his
Yeah.
fault. And then I bet Chargers, man, just because I think that, that Harbaugh shit in the preseason, dude, is definitely. So I just, again, sitting in traffic, no data, no research, loving that football's back, bro. Just scratching at the bit, man. Cannot do enough mock drafts. We're going to talk some smasher passes. Fantasy wise, came up with a good list for Ev here. We're going to talk down divisions, AFC North, as well as AFC North and NFC North division. We're going to break down winners, betting odds. Ev, we got some more fantasy shit to talk about, but man, I'm glad to have you. Let me start off with some baseball real quick, my boy Ev. It's the Field of Dreams game. So I don't know if you've seen this. They go play in like a cornfield. It's fucking dope. Like it's like backyard baseball, cornfield. 6,000 people. Well, your boys Twins got the honor to play the Phillies, right? These motherfuckers, bro, 7-1, these fucking cocksuckers are losing. Had to text the old man, Johnny Rock. You owe me $30 because I had to put a same game parlay on these assholes. So shout out to Johnny Rock for introducing me to my Twins. And now I'm mad at him. So other than that, man, Rocky's still abysmal, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whenever you're ready, man, come on back, baby. Come on back to the Rockies. Like this Rockies-Rams collabo we got going on. Like this shit is sick, bro. So back in on the Rockies, back in on the Rams. Let's go.
Rockies very explosive young team, bro. Like it. I do like their future. I think in 2 years. But dude, I mean, I don't know if you've been on. The Dodgers get Screwball, who's like the best pitcher you were on, actually. It's just like the Rockies can't compete with that, Brody. We just can't. Anyways, let's get straight into it, bro. You got some NFL breaking news. Go ahead and fire away. There's a lot of hammies, lingering issues going around. So let's see how much we can cover. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I mean, it continues. Puka Nacua leaves practice again. Core and groin irritations, if you will. He's not expected back at practice till next week. I don't know about you, Dom. This is like getting dicey for me, like in the middle of rounds. Like if I'm talking about like preparing, like today, if we were drafting today, who are you taking instead of Puka Nacua? Are you taking JSN?
Yeah, I think so too. We broke that down on Wednesday's pod, bro, or Tuesday's pod, where like if you're in that position, for one, he's this injury thing. He does have the injury bug, and also the off court issues, off the field issues, bro. I heard that there could be an NFL
could land his ass in court.
Yeah, I know, right? Fucking, where's the applause button? Yeah, man. I think JSN's like less of a sweat, and to me, dude, remember JSN's value last year, bro? Like, he's the clear cut number one. He ain't going to get any end zone touches like taken from him, and he's got deep ball potential. And that running game, like, in my opinion, it's going to take a step back. So I think JSN's value could potentially increase this year. He had a hell of a year. You're down to see a little downgrade, bro. But I mean, even if he catches like 2 less touchdowns and 10 less receptions, he's still no sweat guy. No sweat. I'm taking JSN at 4.
Yeah. I just might have to argue, but let's give you a little bit of pushback on just like, yes, I agree with you 100%. This running game is not going to be better, but their running game was so fucking good last year that I think that's a good reason why they succeeded so much in the passing game. So I'm a little worried about that. I'm a little worried about there being regression. Did you know? So I'm trying to I was just on with Captain Lou out there in Detroit, and I was meaning to ask him my dilemma about JSN or Amon-Ra, because all the hype out of Detroit's like, yo, it's a Sam Laporta resurgence, man. Like Petsing is gonna get this guy going and shit like that. But I mean, Amon-Ra or JSN averaged only 2 more PPR points per game last year than Amon-Ra.
Dude.
And
yeah.
And so I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna take the better offense. I'm gonna take the team in a dome. So that's why I'm leaning Amon-Ra. I'm still on the fence about it. I still might take JSN, but I digress.
Yeah. I don't think you can make a wrong decision there, right, with those 2. Like, it's safe. You make the Puka Nacua decision there, like, it's more of a risk, bro. He could be sitting out because of injury, he could be sitting out because of legal issues. But, however, dude, if Puka Nacua plays all 17 games, like, make no
He,
mistake,
he's wide receiver 1.
he's, competing with Jamar Chase. And,
Well, that's
like,
the thing.
even Jamar, dude, like, obviously, he's the clear cut, in my opinion, you take him, but you're right, bro. It just feels a lot less risky just taking, I'm
J
wrong, you're like, going
JSN or
yeah.
Amon-Ra, yeah. Yeah, I agree, and I mean, look at last offseason, there was that whole thing about Matt Stafford and his back issue, and everyone's like, "Oh, I don't know, what does this mean for Puka? What does this mean for Devontae Adams?" I mean, Devontae Adams was like, what, 2nd in the league in touchdowns or some shit like that?
Mhm.
Puka wide receiver 1 and Stafford MVP, so
Yeah, I would say too with those offenses though, like you want a piece of high scoring offenses, right? So for LA, you can get a cheap Adams. Like if you want a piece, you could get it. You could get a cheap Lacorn, right? Detroit, I mean, you got pick of the litter, bro. Like, you could get Laporta cheap, right? Like these non-expensive guys. You look at Seattle, like, dude, it's a big step down from Njigba. It's arguably people that are gonna go undrafted besides Price and like Charbonnet. But like the passing threat to me, like all of the volume is gonna go to JSN
it's
100%. Like,
true.
Horton, I like Horton. You got the CSU hat on. We like Cooper Cup. Barner, like, it's just and yeah, that's why I think like the
Seems
volume, you
it
know.
seems like a lot less mouths to feed, but then it's like, who do you trust more, Sam Darnold or Jared Goff? It's like, I've seen Goff do it more, but I mean, dude,
Dude,
like
if
I said,
yeah, if Jared Goff played in a dome, bro, Almiron will probably be a top 3 pick. Like consistently in a dome, Jared Goff, the cold guy. We could go back and forth here. Saints rookie Jordan Tyson left practice today with an injury. This kid's an injury prone motherfucker, bro. He sat out a lot of games at ASU. This is shitty because I really like this Saints offense, dude. But there's a few of these lingering issues, man. I
it's
think this was a hamstring. What do you got on it?
it was a hamstring, yeah, so and that's the thing that was torpedoing his draft stock, right? So,
Mhm.
not a good look, man. I mean, I see this though, and, Chris Olave in the 3rd round, question mark?
Yeah,
Seemingly, new contract,
dude.
what's up?
It's just, man, like, overall, if he gets 2 concussions this year, dude, I don't know if he can play. Like, he's on, like when they go in the tent and they're like, concussion protocol? Well, dude, they look at the history of how many concussions you've had. Chris Olave has been knocked out of games physically, like, been knocked out before in multiple games. That concussion shit worries me. However, if he doesn't get a concussion all year and he stays healthy, he could finish as a top 8 receiver, 100%. And Olave finished really strong last year. That whole Saints offense did. Tyson, I don't think necessarily is gonna be a negative either, dude. I think that's gonna help open up that offense a little bit, and, Olave will have him a little bit more one-on-ones. But yeah, it's shitty. Another hamstring injury. What else you got?
Just feels real quick, it just feels like there's so many what ifs in the first, like, few rounds of the draft. This year, it's like you got Justin Jefferson, he was so shitty last year. Will Kyler make him better? It's
Mhm.
CeeDee Lamb, it's, with Pickens, is he worth a first round pick? It's Jonathan Taylor with the Colts. Is that offense gonna stink? Christian McCaffrey, can he stay healthy? It's like if you don't have those top 3 picks, or is Gibbs, is Bijan, and is Jamar Chase, anything else, like every other pick in the first round, there's question marks. It's
I'd
crazy, man.
almost rather trade my first overall for, like, 2/3. You know what I'm saying? Just because it's like, I'm gonna let the board come to me. I'm gonna make people choose who I have to draft, right? Like, Olave in the 3rd, that's a no-brainer. These first round picks, dude, because let's be honest, bro. If you miss on a 4th overall, like, that's it, man. It's tough to come back from that. Like, I'm sitting 2 in our league, so that kinda gets me in the safety zone of either Gibbs or
Yeah,
Bijan. So, like,
yeah. You're getting
I
you're getting one of those backs.
yeah, and it's like a no-brainer, like, I can't mind fuck it enough, and if I would take JSN over Jamar Chase, but that's just me. But, okay, do you have any other, breaking I got a lot more, but go ahead.
Yeah,
We'll go back and forth.
Panthers running back Chuba Hubbard is week to week with a hamstring, so, yeah, Jonathan Brooks stock,
Yeah.
and he's looking good, and I'm seeing training camp highlights, and making some one-handed catches. If this He might be the sleeper of all sleepers, and he's not even a sleeper anymore at this point, let's
No.
be honest.
No, he's not. He is a guy, dude, that even with Chuba Hubbard out there, it doesn't really scare me that much, man. I think Jonathan Brooks, like in your flex week 1 is a solid option. If Chuba Hubbard's out, this guy's RB2. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that Carolina offense is going to need to run the ball. They don't want to put too much pressure on Brees Young. So they're going to commit to it. And you saw Dowdle, if he could be like 60, 80% of what Dowdle was, like, bro, you're talking about an absolute monster. Remember, Dowdle took over the middle half of the fantasy year last year, bro, and fucking was averaging almost 200 yards rushing. So I think Jonathan Brooks is more of that Dowdle, you know? I like Chuba Hubbard. I've been high on him. He always misses a couple games. So yes, you're right. I look at Chuba Hubbard's injury. I don't even think about him. I think of Jonathan Brooks. I got one here. This one's kind of like I want to talk to it later, so I'm going to skip it. But Jaden Daniels, LSU, nonsense. You watched the quarterback on Netflix, right?
Yes.
Which, yeah, his mom and him have like this. I think, dude, I love my parents. You love your mom. Dude, it's not a good thing to necessarily have them be your fucking manager. You know, I don't know. That's just me. Obviously, I'm not in the NFL, but like,
I mean,
was this
didn't the
his decision? And I agree. Dante tweeted out, homie, it's go time. Like you should be fucking hitting film, hitting routes. Like you need to be fucking locked the fuck in. Why are you thinking about the past? Like, is it that important to you? You didn't even win a national championship over there, bro. Like, you know, the streets remember. So I thought that was really like spontaneous and random and a distraction, really, is what I thought with the team that, like, I don't know. I'm not that high on the Redskins or the Commanders this year.
No, absolutely not. And like you said, he did not win a national
Mhm.
championship. They're saying that, oh, they're not giving him the same treatment as Burrow won a freaking championship, bro.
Nah,
So,
bro.
like, come on.
Yeah,
Like, what are we doing?
Burrow, real quick, dude. They changed the fucking jersey for Burrow, bro. Joey B down at LSU, like, won a fucking natty there, and the way that he did it, dude, he had the most prolific offense. And the schedule that they played, bro, they were blowing out Bama. They were blowing out ranked Georgia. Like, they played Ohio State on the road. They blew them out. Like the margin of victory that Joey B and them boys had. Now he had Jefferson and like blah blah. I get it. However, Joey B is a legend, man. Like Jaden Daniels is not, can't even scritch like sniff the jock strap of what Joey B was. But anyways, what else you got?
So I know you guys probably saw this already. Rasheed Rice not expected to face any suspension. So, already served his time in jail. I don't know if you've seen training camp highlights of Rasheed Rice. He looks slow. He looks sluggish. And it scares me off of taking him in the third round.
Yeah, I know you're a guy that's really high on Rashid. I'm going to be a guy that's going to be fading him, dude. For one, I don't like his matchups in the division. Derwin James, Sertan, 4 times. Those are 4 weeks that I don't think you even start him. I think you can find better value around that third to fourth round. You know, like a quick fire at you is like third round, Olave or Rasheed
Yeah,
Rice. To me, it's a fucking no brain. I'm
probably.
not even thinking about
Yeah,
it. Right?
probably
I
a
think
lot of it. Yeah.
like there's some other pieces you could say, but yeah,
Like Devonta Smith or Rasheed Rice.
yeah, Devonte Smith to me, like again, no brainer in my opinion. I would even take, you know,
Zay Flowers. Would you take Zay Flowers? Your boy.
I don't really like Zay, but yes, I would in that situation.
Wow.
Yes, I would.
You really are down on Rasheed Rice.
What other injuries you got?
Let's see. I didn't even know that your toy boy Jadarian Price missed 5 practices. So I guess he returned to practice today, or no, it was yesterday. Sorry.
Yeah, the more and
So
more I think about Jade Price, that's what I'm gonna call him, just because it's easier. Dude, I'm kind of really like sneak peeking a little Charbonnet in the ends of these drafts, dude. I really think
well,
that
why
that's the reason why they let him go.
why not both? Why not both? Why not taking both those backs?
I think Price's like ADP has been climbing, so he did have value 2 months ago. Now, you know, especially preseason, he's probably gonna have a couple. Like, did you see Love today with the hurdle? That dude's such a freak athlete, bro. If he was, I was telling Dante, if he got drafted by the Titans, I think he would be a first round pick, bro.
He
Like
might actually
top
end up
7 pick.
end up being a good pick this year, and we're just scared off because it's Brissett. It's gonna be Carson Beck at some point, but hell, I just watched Carson Beck in the Hall of Fame game tear it up. We watched Brissett do it last year. I know they were behind in a lot of those games, and that was a lot of garbage time. Whatever, they can score when they need to. So Jeremiah Love to me is an interesting pick, though, but I'm not paying his price right now. I'm just not doing it.
Remember, here's the thing: is like you want to talk about taking a risk, bro. If you take a risk in that early second, when is he like second roundish, mid second round, right? That's about the price right now.
No, I think you can get him in the third. I think he's going in the third.
Is it okay? So late second, early third. Here's the thing, dude: is if you take a shot on him, like it's, you know, if you're in 3 leagues, I think you do take a shot at least in one of those leagues and just say switch it up, like for variety. I also wanted to think about a comparison for you. Remember when the shitty New York Giants drafted Saquon Barkley? it kind of reminds me of that. However, the difference is there's fucking Algier, James Conner, Bam Knight, Trey Benson, I think still of it. So like, and they're not gonna have all of them. If I'm the Cardinals, I'm shopping James Conner to the Lions immediately. I'm shopping him to Denver. I'm shopping him to teams that are like, don't have a running back depth. Like, why not a trip back to Pittsburgh? Like shop James Conner. Like, obviously Algier's like not like that was a stupid signing. But dude, if they do shop James Conner, let's just say hypothetically, and you drafted Love, I mean, bro, you're looking at, I mean, dude, he's a freak and he can catch the ball. Like he is a freak, man. And I love just ballers too on the squad. I got a weak spot for that, bro. Like if you're a baller and you're fun to watch, you bump up around in my ADP. So I got some breaking news. Darren Waller, your boy, since you're both rappers, and the
Panther.
Carolina Panthers agreement, 1-year deal. Does this matter, Ev?
No, I'm not fucking taking this guy, dude. I had him on one fantasy league last year. In a non PPR league. I picked him up thinking I was slick after he went a couple games scoring a couple touchdowns. And he didn't proceed to do anything after that. He got hurt. So, no, I guess it's interesting for Bryce Young, maybe. Our Bryce Young shares a share, I should say, singular for best ball. I guess that helps him in the red zone, but no, nothing. None of that matters, though. What about
Yeah.
you?
No, doesn't matter to me, dude. I'm just surprised that he's still in the league. Some of these NFL like decisions, bro, like watching quarterback, like looking at Waka Flocka playing for the Browns and the Bengals and the Bengals and the Browns, and I'm like, this is the NFL, bro. Like, how in the world can there not be somebody better? Philip Rivers. I was telling Jordan about like Philip Rivers. We are watching quarterback last time. I'm like, can you imagine that fucking Philip Rivers played? And they weren't even the worst, bro. I would have taken Philip Rivers over that kid that Minnesota threw out there last year. I don't even know his fucking name. So like, I think this Darren Waller thing is just kind of like the NFL's running out of people. I hate to say it, but I mean, tell me there's not an undrafted guy that's going to put in more effort than Darren fucking Waller. I mean, come on, couple guys with some interesting quarterback decisions here. Deshaun Watson starting Cleveland's preseason opener. Does this mean? I know that your boy Shadur is starting the next one. There's like a hypothesis out there. If you start the first preseason game, you're technically the second string guy. Or what do you think? I need
So
answers.
So everything I've been hearing is that Deshaun Watson is in position. He's beating Shador right now, and Shador is in second. But I'm also hearing that right now, Shador Sanders is like the most popular athlete in Cleveland right
Oh,
now.
dude, 100%.
So yeah, I mean, like that is so insane to me that you have this QB in Deshaun Watson that you're gonna give a chance to play, and everybody fucking can't stand this guy. You gave him all this
Mhm.
guaranteed money, and then you got a guy that's trying to win the starting job in Shadur that everybody loves. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. I think it's only a matter of time before Shadur takes over. They're
Mhm.
probably,
Dylan
it's
Gabriel, though, he's kind of been like unspoken of like this offseason. Like,
I
obviously,
think
we saw what he was last year, fucking
yeah.
horrendous. But what do
I
you?
mean, I think they look at him more of as a backup quarterback. So whoever they end up with, Deshaun Watson or Shadur as the one, But I guarantee, bro, can you imagine having Shadur as a two? That would be just horrible. Like you're gonna have fans booing. I don't know, dude. It's gonna be a mess. But
If
I'm
you
here
think
for it.
if you think about this Browns offense, Judkins, we like his young little talent. Had really good highlights last year, right? Shadur Young, okay. Fannin Jr., dude, a tight end that me and you were both high on in college last 2 years ago. Boston, Concepcion,
Boston's
like,
been slaying.
yeah,
Boston's been slaying.
a very nice young core. Now,
Yes.
now you throw in Watson in the mix. It's just like, are you guys gonna win now? No. But I don't think Watson's necessarily like gonna help them will them to games, bro. They're just in a position where it's like, dude, we paid you so much. Like, get out there and break your leg at least, And
The Miles Garrett trade told us everything we want to know, right?
mhm.
So it's time to rebuild. I think they just want one last look at Deshaun. Maybe they can channel what year was he with Houston? Was it 2020?
So
When
yeah,
did he get
it was
traded?
like 2021, 2022. He beat the Bills.
Yeah. So I mean, maybe they can channel some of that energy, and we got to take one last look. He paid the man 300 million guaranteed. So as soon as they realize this guy's a dirtbag, he's washed up, he's burnt toast, they're gonna turn it over to Sanders. So
Yeah. I wanted to highlight too, real quick. Not really breaking news, but I'll go. You can hit us back. Ben Johnson said he wants to set the new high scoring record, which would be beating the Broncos, averaging 37 points, 37.9,
not gonna
2013
happen.
Denver Broncos. He said, and I love this from a fantasy perspective. I want shutouts. I want blowouts, dude. I know you might disagree with this. I don't think this defense is that good for the Bears. I think this is gonna be like a way that they're gonna have to win games. Dude, I am all in on Caleb Williams. I'll take either fucking Burden or Odunze. I'm not gonna force the issue. I'll take one of
One of
them. And
take the second one off the
Colston,
board.
right? That's what I'm saying. And I'm taking Colston Loveland potentially the round before or after, whatever. I don't even care, dude. I am really, really high, like my guy territory, right? From the footballers. We need to think of new phrase for that. Buzzball guy of the season. Dude, it's Caleb Williams. Same over under for touchdowns as Bo Nix, which I think they're both really light. 24 and a half. I told Dante too, dude. I think that's retarded light for both of them. Bo Nix is going to get at least 30. There's no, if he's healthy, he's getting 30, 35, like 38, 33. I think Caleb Williams and him are going to go neck and neck for like who's the better player of that draft class, in my opinion. But what else you got? Anything else for injuries, breaking news? Anybody that fantasy owners should be looking out for?
I think that is all I had, bro. Just too many soft tissue injuries. I know you were talking with Dante about it. J.K. Dobbins, shut the fuck up, please, and just fucking show us that you can stay healthy. Besides yelling at the media and saying I'm good, dude. It's like becoming a clown show. Hopefully that guy can stay healthy, man. So hopefully everybody can stay healthy get healthy because fantasy season is right around the corner, man. So let's go.
Yeah, dude, it's just a time period where you wish you could just fast forward, right? And be like, if you used to play Madden when you were younger, you used to sim games, and then you'd sim a fucking 8 games and be like, oh fuck, now Peyton Manning's hurt, so I'm fucked. So like you wish you could just simulate it, no injuries. But dude, it's a part of the game, man, and it's football, it's a physical sport. I think it's interesting that maybe it's just highlighted more this year. A lot of groin, hamstring issues. To me, that shows like we're not prepared in the offseason, which I could totally believe, dude. It's 2026. You think these guys are fucking grinding like they did in the 80s, bro? Fuck no. In the offseason, they're hitting the clubs. This is the dad in me, right? They're out and about. They're fucking around. They're not stretching. But these lingering issues, they are just that, dude. They're lingering issues. A hamstring injury is something that can stick around, dude. It could ruin a career. You're never 100%. You can't reach top speed. You pull it constantly. Groins are the same way. It's almost like you'd rather fucking break your elbow, get surgery, be back in 6 weeks. It's not a
That's
lingering issue. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
yeah. Well, that's that's the shitty thing. These groins and these hammies are gonna linger into the season. It's like,
I
bro,
know.
we only got a month left.
Yep.
So do what you got to do. I'm just saying, like, if you're seeing Jordan Tyson with a hammy, Puka with a groin, you got to think about that on draft day, man. And then, like, how big of a swing do you want to go in the first round? That's why I'm more leaning like I'm gonna go the safest pick I can in the first round, Dom, because
Yep.
I need somebody to come through for me in that first round, especially after, like we said, the draft starts. Pick number 4.
Yeah, I think me and Dante did a best ball draft on DraftKings. We wish we would have had you, but we had to lock in. Our strategy was just let people fall to us. Like we didn't force it. We didn't have any, guys that we're reaching for. We were just like, oh, this guy's still here. He shouldn't be here. Draft. We're a little heavy on wide receiver. Draft another one. Like just letting your team come to you is such an important draft strategy. But like
Mhm.
on the contrary, dude, you know me, I'm gonna go get my guy. Like if I want fucking Caleb Williams, I will draft him around earlier and say, "Oh, I could have got a J.D. Price. Like I could have done that." But anyways, let's move on. We're gonna do a smash or pass seg. Ev, your favorites. Okay, so I say a couple guys. You can fire back. We just want some quick reactions. I got 7 of them here. So first off, we already talked about him a little
Any
bit.
any any position?
Yeah, I got a bunch of different shit here. Jaden Daniels. Let's start there. What are you doing with Jaden Daniels? Did he smash it or he pass?
Dude, if you would have told me a month ago, I would have said smash, hands down, because I think he's one of those guys that are like, they're good value, right? He's going around the area where you can get Hurts, Burrow. Now Burrow's creeping his way up too, but I'm looking at
Yes.
like those quarterbacks you can get in the 5, 6, area. I'm not doing it. Because I watched quarterback again, or I watched the latest season and I just saw how fragile this guy was, dude. And this guy was constantly getting beat up. You got Laramie Tunsil, his blind side going down. That shit scares the shit out of me.
Yeah, torn
Like you said,
tricep, dude. That's huge for them.
so everybody, and like you said, man, they got Diggs. They got Nick Lauren. Like, I was talking shit about this last year that they were the oldest offense of all time. And like, what did they do? You know what
Debo,
I'm saying?
Ertz. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, this shit stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. So no, I'm passing on your boy JD5. Unfortunately, when I originally thought he was a good value.
I'm passing too. The news today doesn't help him, dude. I was passing a month ago as well. Then the Dig signing, I was still passing. To me, he's great. He's athletic, dude. I actually love this story on quarterback from what I've seen. I haven't finished it yet. His mom, distraction, right? Okay, whatever. It doesn't matter. He's playing on Sundays. His mom's watching. However, dude, you look at this Washington offense and what they're trying to do to build around it, and you're right, bro. And the Jeremy Tunsil thing, that is such a big fucking loss for him. Like, there's nobody in the world that is more sad about that injury, dude, than Jaden Daniels. I think for his average draft position too, bro, you're looking at Trevor Lawrence 4 rounds later. I think there's a huge possibility that Lawrence scores, 30, 40 more points than him if they're both healthy. And you can get Caleb Williams for way cheaper. You can get Bo Nix 7 rounds after Jaden Daniels, bro. Yeah.
Don't stop there. Dak Prescott,
Yeah.
Brock Purdy,
Yeah.
Jackson Dart. I'd probably rather just. I mean, Jackson Dart's similar to me with the injury shit, but I can tell you, I probably trust that offense a lot more with Malik Neighbors, Cam Scatteraboo, Isaiah Likely. A bunch of young talent.
Wandale. Yeah.
One that no, he
No, he
went
went to
to
Tennessee. Yeah,
yeah,
Slayton. I was talking to T, my barber,
yeah.
about this. Shout out to T. He's a Cowboys fan. He's going to the New York Cowboys game. He's like, bro, OBJ is wide receiver too. I feel like we haven't talked about that enough. Is he? Do you know it's Malik? It's OBJ too. It's not Slayton.
So they drafted a guy, Malachi Fields, who I'm thinking.
So it's
I think that's
OBJ
who the
wide receiver too, day one though.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything. We'd have to look in on that, but
That's
I've heard
crazy.
Malachi Fields is doing some good things in camp. But I mean, yeah, they got a couple vets there. But yeah, nonetheless, like I said, if it's Jaden Daniels or wait, I'm waiting for sure.
Waiting all day, dude. Yeah, 100%. Do you want to fire one back at me or you want me to keep going?
But yeah, let me see here. What about George Pickens, dude? Because I had him last year in a non PPR league and he absolutely killed it. I think he surpassed everybody's expectations. CeeDee Lamb was actually the one that was more disappointing, being the earlier pick.
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting like some regression from Pickens and then more of a climb back to where Lamb was, or would you rather take Pickens later than having to spend first or second round capital on that?
I like Pickens, man. I think he's a stud. I think for the value, it's a better decision. I don't know, dude. I really like this Cowboys offense. To me, this team's gonna be a lot better. Plus 100 on DK to make the playoffs. We were talking about that off air. I like Pickens. I'm smashing that for the value too. In my opinion, he's a little bit more expensive, but I've seen him fall a little bit later, dude. I'm not minding that at all. Imagine if you could, position yourself. You get Puka Nacua 5 and you get Pickens on the way back. Like, dude, you're set at wide receiver.
I mean, you might even get him in the third. I've seen him going all the way to the third. I mean, in 10-man leagues, he's for sure making it to the third. So, 12-man, you're right. I've seen him go at the 1-2 turn, or what's the 3-4? Sorry.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it doesn't. I just see like George Pickens going off wide receiver 10, CeeDee Lamb is wide receiver 5. So, two wide receivers in the top 10. Like you said, playoffs, baby.
Yeah,
We're all in
I
on that.
think I think that if they're both healthy, I think you could totally have two receivers. We've seen this a shit ton of times. They each have 1,010 touchdowns. I think CD is like the safer first round pick, right? I wouldn't fucking say Pickens over. I think Pickens is a better value pick, but you're not crazy if you take Pickens at 10 overall. Or excuse me, CD. Dante, real quick in the chat. What is that shit on FZ? That's a CSU Colorado Rockies combo, bud. You wish Wyoming would make it, but nobody's even heard of that school before you hopped on the Crew Talk Sports podcast. Now go enjoy your concert. Let me know who Zach Bryan brings out.
There's a reason why I wore this when you weren't on there, Dante. All right, I love you, but tonight we're rolling with the Rammies.
He would have.
Yeah,
He would
no,
have thrown up.
I think it's pretty crazy, man. Like I said, so you're smashing George Pickens, is what
Mm-hmm.
you're saying.
Yep, I'm hitting that smash button, hitting that like button for sure. I'm
I
taking some
like it.
Pickens. I got one coming back, another receiver. DJ Moore, Buffalo, wide receiver 1. They traded for him. Great trade by both teams. Chicago didn't need him. They need to put some more pressure on the young guys. Going to a team where he could potentially gives me like Diggs, deja vu vibes. Remember, Diggs was a great late round 2 receiver for this Bills team. You're getting DJ Moore in the 4th or 5th. If you do take Josh Allen early, I 100% am smashing DJ Moore. I love me some DJ Moore. I actually loved him at Carolina. I'm in on him. Used to play with Cam Newton. Now he's playing with Josh Allen. A lot of touchdowns, unfortunately for him, don't come in the air on that Bills offense. But Josh Allen leading the way, bro. It's going to be a great offense. So I like DJ Moore. And I don't think that Shakur is necessarily going to steal a ton of touchdowns. So I'm in on DJ Moore. What about you?
But yeah, totally coming off the board, wide receiver 25,
Mhm.
51st ranked player, Dom. So, I mean, 5th round, 6th
Yeah,
round. I've even seen this guy fall to the 7th round in some drafts.
must draft. Yeah.
He falls that late, and you can get that man as your wide receiver 3. Can you imagine? Woo! I'm
Mhm.
all in. He's been tearing up camp. You're right about Khalil Shakir. He's all reliable. You want 12 PPR points a week, he's gonna get that for you. You want 13, he's gonna get you 12. I swear to God. So I'm good with Shakir later on in drafts too as the late round, like, hey man, flex.
12-team
But
league for sure.
yeah,
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 100%.
absolutely. But DJ Moore, man, this is your time. You finally got your quarterback. I want to see you produce, and I want to be all in on DJ Moore this year.
Yep, 100%. I'll give you one more, then you could fire one. Broncos games in different countries. Are you smashing or passing?
Ooh, I am smashing, dude. There's something about waking up at 7 a.m., making just the raunchiest Bloody Mary you could ever imagine. Maybe, I don't know. Did I drink the night before, Dom? Yes or no?
Yes.
Even better. 'Cause you wake up a little tipsy still, right? So it's like, I like that shit, man. And I like giving, like, you gotta travel though. I mean, we went to the Bronco
Yeah.
game out in London. That was a fucking hell of a time. So
Jordan said
I'm with it.
smashing. She was just in London. Let's go London. So my thing is, I agree with both of you guys. I'm smashing if you're, dropping artillery, aka boots on ground, drinking beers in Brazil. Even I'm in. However, Mexico City, obviously, 1,000,000% in. London in. Germany, obviously. But I'm not a big fan of waking up at 7:30. Now let me tell you why. What am I going to do for the rest of the day, Evan? I watched the Broncos at 7:30. It's done at 9:30. Like it's a stress situation, right? It's a stressful fuck. That Jets game, dude, tell me that wasn't stressful last year. Jordan was
Worst
there.
game I've ever seen.
He's just silly. So then my whole day kind of gets ruined. And especially if they lose, bro, that really sets me up for failure on
But
Sundays. There
but
won't be
we
no
haven't.
church.
We
It will-
haven't lost. We
yes.
haven't lost.
I don't
Past 2
know.
times.
I'm starting to get to the point too where like, I'm getting older. I'm staying in, blah,
That's
blah, blah.
fair.
A
That's
7:30
fair.
game should be something right up my alley. That's also a little early for me on a Sunday, bro. I like
That's
my
fair.
sleep. So, and I'm a man who likes routine. Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., I'm waking up, scratching the balls, taking a shower, cooking breakfast for the girls. And guess what I'm doing? I'm mowing. I'm doing some research. Last second podcast, listening to the boys. Then at 10 to 10:30, hopping in shower, 10:30, streamlining $300 worth of bets that are all losses. Like it fucks up my routine on Sundays. You know what I'm saying? So 7:30 to me is just a little too early. So I'm gonna pass. You can smash, but you were there. Jordan's definitely smashing that.
I think
Yeah.
that's the deal breaker. It's a lot better if you're there.
Mhm.
I've watched the Jets game at the house, and it was fucking miserable. So I mean, there's a bit of the best of both worlds, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with it. Let me see. Who do I got for you? Currently, wide receiver 17 coming off the board. Tedero and McMillan.
This is a good one, man. I feel like I'm passing, dude. I think I want to trust my heart and pass. I think he's a stud. Loved him in college. I just don't see this Carolina team doing that well. Now, when he's playing Atlanta Falcons, bro, like he's a must start. In DraftKings, if you're doing lineups, dude, like I hear you. But I don't know if I trust Brees Young. He finished great, but he was bad, man. He got benched. I don't know. It's inconsistent to me. I think you can find better value at his position. I don't blame you for smashing. I'm going to trust my gut and say pass on this Carolina team. Besides Jonathan Brooks, obviously, we talked about him, but I don't know, man. I think he could have a pretty mediocre year. I think like comparably, we talked about DJ Moore 3 rounds later. Yes, I think that's the route that I would rather take my team.
Well, and you see the players that are going like around him, right? So it's like, Garrett Wilson, Zay Flowers, T. Higgins, Lad McConkey, Emeka Buka,
Yeah,
Colston
Ikuka.
Loveland,
Yeah.
Jalen Waddle, stop me if you want to stop me, Brees
Yeah,
Hall,
yeah.
Kyron Williams, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you're
So like
good. Yeah.
I'm taking all those guys over Tetaroa just for the simple fact that you're right. I don't trust Bryce Young. I'm sorry, man. Great guy, whatever you want to say. That guy
Mhm.
is very small. He's a tiny man, very, very tiny. I saw him on the side of the field for the Hall of Fame game without pads on, and he looked like a middle schooler, dude.
He's
So I'm
always
not
looked
doing
that
it.
way, dude.
I
He's
know.
literally always looked that way
I
too.
know, and I've given him the benefit of the doubt, dude. I'm sorry, I'm out. So I'm not doing it. He can make me look like an asshole. I had Tedero McMillan in a full
Mhm.
PPR league last year. He was okay. He's not worth taking over any of these guys that are going around.
No, I don't think he has a high ceiling, and he doesn't necessarily have that high of a floor. So, yeah, I think a pass there is good. Okay, another sticking in that division. This one just prevents everybody from sleeping at night, dude. Kyle Pitts, gotta throw a tight end in there. I think the tight ends above him are all yeses. Tyler Warren especially, dude, I'm really high on him lately. You know you're taking Loveland, you know you're taking fucking Bowers and McBride, but that kinda leaves you in this, Kyle Pitts is, like, in that next tier, you know? My god,
Yeah.
are you doing the emotional roller coaster that is Kyle Pitts and this shitty Atlanta Falcons team? Or are you just saying, I value my life. I'm not doing it because it is a roller coaster, bro. Dude, the homie could get you 0. He could give you, like, 1 reception for an 8-yarder, and then the next game, he could have fucking 2 tutties a half. Like, it's just
Yeah.
it's stressful.
And look, and when he was going off, it was without Drake London, and that was Kirk Cousins as
Mhm,
his quarterback. Now it's got Tua, who I never really remember him favoring his tight ends. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I know Gesicki did some shitty gritties over there. No, dude, I'm not. I'm at that point. I'm waiting for God. I'm just gonna take Goddard, take that
mhm.
passing game volume, and move the fuck on with no AJ Brown. My tight end strategy this year, I think I'm skipping the first two, and I'm gonna try to grab Colston Loveland or Tyler Warren. And if I can't get those two guys, I'm probably punting until I can get, like I just said, a Ferguson, maybe a Likely, and a Kittle or something like that. What are you thinking about tight end this year?
So, again, dude, I find myself well, to be honest, if I'm in the position where Trey McBride's staring at me in the face, dude, I think you're stupid if you don't take it because he's a championship league winner, and I'm, like, in the last
He
2
was
years.
last year, yes.
Last year he
Yes, he
was. The
was.
year before, I actually had Jaden Daniels as well, his rookie year, but I had Trey McBride. So, like, I won a championship with them. The next year, I lose one. Remember, McBride dropped fucking 30 on me in the championship, right? I ended up losing by 60, but still, the guy's championship fantasy football caliber. I'm taking him. I'm taking him over Bowers too, for the
How
record.
so you'd have to take him in the second round then.
Yep, I would. I would. You
So,
know,
okay, boom. So,
depending
so
where I'm
let's
at.
just speak hypotheticals in our draft this year. Boom,
Uh-huh.
you take Bijan.
Yeah.
It comes back to you. You got, a pretty good amount of wide receivers left. Maybe AJ Brown's there. You're like, that might be
So I
nice.
thought about it. If I'm sitting 2, this is what I'm doing with that. I'm sitting 2, right? To me, that's basically 3. So I'm gonna wait and I'm not gonna force it. I'm gonna grab a good value second rounder, like somebody that I need, and then I'm gonna grab him in the 3rd on the way back. And then I'm gonna
If
be
if
boom,
McBride is
boom, boom.
there on the third, in
Yes,
the
yes.
third, yeah,
Yeah. I
okay.
think that's just only because Trillo Betts is in fucking championship games, and this motherfucker follows me there. So a little bit biased there. Not that I'm a big Cardinals fan or whatever, dude, but this guy is a stud. Shout out to the Rams hat. But that brings us back to the tight end conundrum. If I don't do that, I love Loveland in the 4th or 5th, man. I love that for sure. I'm a little worried because there's a lot of fucking mouths to feed in Chicago, dude. I think that Burden.
Real
Go ahead.
boop. Hey, Burden's got the groin.
Yes,
Burden's got a
true.
groin.
Yeah, so does Igbuka, by the way. We forgot to talk about him. I saw he is a hamstring or groin. It was something.
Is it toe? I think it was
I don't
toe.
know. It was something. So Godwin, like, literally is, like, screaming at me.
Must
But
grab.
anyways, yeah, but I like your strategy, dude. I mean, if you walk into a fucking fantasy draft and you walk out with Kincaid and Goddard, mission accomplished. Like Kincaid and a flyer, like, dude, you're fine. Like, I don't think
If
like
you're
Fannin, I don't necessarily love like where he's being drafted a little early, in my opinion. Like, don't force that. But like at the same time, like, dude, punt with Goddard and grab a fucking lightning, like punt.
also right. Also with the 2 pass catchers they added with Cleveland scares me with Fannin. So,
Hmm.
and the uncertainty at quarterback. If it's Shadur, then I love Fannin. If it's not, then I'm like, you know. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. Are you in or out at ADP on Mike Evans, man? Currently wide receiver 26, the
So hard.
53rd player off the board.
This is a really good one.
I think I was really in like this summer. I was like, oh fuck yeah! And then you get news that he's already struggling with a soft tissue injury, and you're just like, here you go, here it is.
So I'll go real quick. I'm passing. They got Debo. Kittle's going to be back. It's going to take some shares from him. They like this dribbling kid. I know Piershaw's out. I'm just gonna pass on him. He's old as fuck. Good for him for getting the bag. He's gonna get hurt. It's an eventuality. And I think McCaffrey could legitimately like lead this team in receptions. So I'm not a big Purdy fan either, man. I like the San Francisco team. Very tough schedule. Remember, they got Denver within the first 5 games. They got the Rams twice. They got the Seahawks twice. Those aren't favorable matchups for an older Mike Evans. In my opinion, Debo, second to last round, is so much that that's screaming Trillo Bets. And it is, dude. Like, That's somebody who already knows that offense. Like the Washington thing, like delete that from your memory. Debo comes to San Francisco. Shanahan's drawing up some shit, and you're getting him 7 rounds cheaper than Mike Evans, dude. It's just such a no brainer to me. That's why I'm pressing pass on Mike Evans. I don't blame you if you're gonna smash it. He could have 13 touchdowns in that offense. It's a good offense.
Maybe I target him more in the Aces league where it's non-PPR.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm with you. In a full PPR league, he'd have to fall. I'm not paying up for Mike Evans. I 100% co-sign everything you say. Everybody is hurt on that San Fran team, dude. Things could get ugly really quick for San Francisco this year, and I'm just not about that life gambling on like my big money leagues, dude. I'm not doing it. So I'd rather just take guys around them that are more, have a better offensive environment. Not that I hate Shanahan, but I'm just saying, man, I could see like there's a reason they kind of remind me like the Colts. Like I don't want to touch the Colts this year because I feel like things could go sideways. Steichen could get fired and then it's just a fucking shit sandwich. So that's how I'm feeling about the Niners. It sucks because I'm picking 5, right? And that's where I should be taking Christian McCaffrey, but I'm like, I would much rather just take JSN or Amon-Ra St. Brown and just wash my hands with this whole mess. So
Yeah. No, I think you're right. It's a good decision. Last year was the year where McCaffrey was the smart pick, right? Does he do it 2 years in a row and deliver? And if you're right, you're in the playoffs. If you're wrong, you're fucking the worst team in the league. So it is like
exactly.
that's the two ways you got to look at it. Check your phone real quick before we get into the rest of our smasher passes. We're gonna play a couple words from our sponsors. Ev, I'll start with this one right here. Boom. Be right back.
Yep, that was our guys at Wilted Apathy. Make sure you check them out, man. They got new merch. They just started actually this summer, man. One of my boys. So give them give them a look, man. Give them a shout out. Crew Talk 20, get 20% off. It's hoodie season coming. They got some fly hoodies. I'm getting some myself. Before we get back to it, we'll go ahead and play another word from our sponsor.
Plus by the lamps we lit. You can decorate your home, you can get them as a gift. You can modify your own, you can make them as you wish. You can get it for your parents or your homies or your kids. The lights are waterproof for that someone that you're with. We know you gonna shine, let us show them how you live. If you really about that glow, then we can show you what it is.
Shout out to our guys, One Offs Plus, baby. Make sure you go hit them up. We got Dom coming back in the sexy Twins jersey. What's good, Dom?
Shout out to my twins. They did not come back. Field of dreams, more like field of nightmares. Evan, appreciate that. All right. So I got 3 more on my end here. One of them, a lot of drama here. I know where you're going to lean with this. And I was right about him. Kyler Murray. You want to talk about Colts, 49ers, inconsistency, taking chances. What are you doing with Kyler Murray? Obviously, it's an upside pick. It's not like you're drafting him fucking in the 3rd, but he could give you 3rd-round upside. So are you touching him? Let's say you don't get one of your quarterbacks that you really want, and you're kind of in this, like, you miss out on Caleb Williams. You miss out on Dak. You need to hit the panic button. You're going to pull the trigger on some Kyler Murray.
First of all, don't ever say, "Are you touching him?" like that ever again. All right. That's just weird. All right. But no, I am not touching him. Absolutely not. Unless he's my QB too. All right. So if, like you said, if I waited at quarterback and I can get a Goff and a Kyler, that is chef's kiss, fantastic, all day long. If you go into the 2026 season with Kyler as your QB1, Jesus take the wheel. You're gonna need it. I am so scared of Kyler, dude, that I am so scared of Justin Jefferson. It is so unfortunate. Like,
Don't you think this offense is a good offense though?
great offense,
In a
best offense he's ever played on.
in a division where the defenses are not very good. I know the Packers have Micah Parsons, but like that defense isn't very good. They traded a lot of assets
Yeah,
to get him, and also he's out for 4 weeks. So at least
lots of shootout potential
I think
for
that's
this division.
shootout city, bro. I really like Kyler. I've been on him. I knew he was going to be day one starter. I'm surprised it took this long. I'm surprised the kid hasn't requested a trade. I just because of that offense, dude. I don't think he can fuck it up. I think they're gonna have a good run game. I think I like Hawkinson too. I love Jay Jettas, bro. I love me some Jay Jettas. I'm pretty sure that was gonna be one of your smashes or passes, but
So you would take
Sweet to remember.
how soon in the first round would you take Justin Jefferson? You sick bastard.
If I'm 9, I'm taking him. Like
That's gross.
9?
See, I'm not touching him unless he falls into the middle of the second round, dude.
Oh, really?
I'm
Interesting.
not doing it, dude. I'm not bidding on Kyler, bro. And then Kyler sucks. Let's give 9 another chance at the starting position, and we saw how that went last year. I just think I don't know, man. It's gross. I wish why couldn't they just have like fucking Jacoby Brissett as the backup and be like, ooh, yes, you know what I'm saying? Like if Kyler sucks, they put in Jacoby Brissett and he's slinging it all over the yard. I would take fucking Justin Jefferson 5th overall in the first round.
So Justin Jefferson holds NFL records for most receiving yards in the player's first 5 seasons, the youngest player to reach 8,000 career receiving yards, and he holds the highest career receiving yards per game average in league history. And he hasn't had good quarterbacks, Matt. Like he hasn't had like a fucking stud quarterback. This isn't
Yeah,
Garrett
but he's
Wilson bad, but dude, I think that Jay Jettis is a history wide receiver that you need to draft.
can Kyler Murray see over the middle of the field? Yes or no?
He can still run. Now,
Okay,
when that
well,
new Call of Duty
that's what I'm
drops,
saying.
not to steal Dante's line, but when that new Call of Duty drops, for sure he's a liability. For
Well,
sure.
that's what I'm saying. I'd rather just hey, let me grab Jordan Mason at the end of the draft and have
So
an
you're
RB1.
passing Kyler. Got it. You know I'm buying him. I'm putting a star. Broncos games, I'm fading those. DJ Moore, we both agreed on. All right, what do you got for me? I got 2 left. Go ahead.
Bayshell Tootin, running back for the Jags, currently coming off the board, RB25, 69th overall, looking like 5th, 6th round-ish, depending on your league. I'm starting to warm up to this guy. I think that everybody's scared off on Chris Rodriguez, and the more I think about it, even though that him and Liam Cohen had time together at Kentucky, if he was a guy, he would have been a guy by now because he's had opportunity. It is sink or swim time for Bayshell Tootin. So I think at this price, man, I find a lot of times where like the draft, I've taken the first 4 rounds, I've gone 3 wide receivers, I've grabbed Colston Loveland, and then I'm double tapping DeAndre Swift and Bayshell Tootin back to back, 5th, 6th round, and I'm feeling pretty damn good about it. But what are you feeling about Bayshell Tootin this year, man?
Love him. Love him. Can't love him enough. This is going to be a badass offense that's going to be moving the ball. I think that this offense is going to tend to pass first more so. Tootin's going to catch balls too, man. I mean, I'm touching him in your reference. I brought up Tootin too, man. I'm high on the Jags. I was high on them last year. Was right. They were fucking 13-3. I mean, what more do you want from me? Yeah, dude, I think because of as good as this offense is, dude, you're looking at goal line carries. I mean, you're looking at just an offense that moves the ball effectively. You want shares of it. I'm not worried about fucking C-Rod. I did see that they're listed as co-starters, but like, let's be honest. Like, do you think that that's the path for Tootin? No. Like,
It's just Tootin's job to lose, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
so like
it
if he
is.
goes out there, he fumbles a couple times, you're like, fuck. I mean, so maybe in that scenario, if you can get Tootin and C-Rod somehow without overpaying for both, then lock up that backfield. That might not be a bad idea, but I don't know. What say you?
I will say I'd rather have, Trevor Lawrence as QB1 than Tootin,
Yeah.
play the Tootin experience because
Yeah.
it's going to be like more of a consistent path for me, like a more predictable path. But yeah, dude, for the value, you're looking at like Travis Etienne Jr. around the same time, a little bit earlier potentially than Tootin. I don't mind taking Tootin instead of Etienne. Like if you're going to save
I would take
around.
Tootin over H-N
If
and
you're going
wait.
to save around, right? So I also love Etienne too, but yeah, dude, I'm buying, I'm hitting that trigger quick, bro. This gun never runs out of ammo on some Tootin in Jacksonville. I'm buying.
I think real quick before you move, give me yours. I'm kind of with you. Instead of picking on which weapon is going to be the one to go off every week for Jacksonville, just give me Trevor fucking Lawrence.
That's true, dude. And a guy who's going to run the ball too. Like, make no mistake. T-Law is going to run the ball.
9 rushing touchdowns last year. Fucking glorious.
Fastest player on Clemson's national championship team. You heard it from Dabo Sweeney. Couldn't even believe it. Shout out to our boy Dakota, man. Congratulations on the kid too getting engaged. Ev, I didn't tell you. Dakota's now engaged. Shout out to the boy. Don't care.
Shout out, baby.
All right, I got a less fun one there. Marvin Harrison, you saw him catch a touchdown today. The kid who came out of Ohio State looking like he could be the best Ohio State wide receiver has turned out to be one of the biggest wide receiver busts in recent memory. This is a make or break year for this kid. He's not on a good team. We kind of highlighted that. I think he's cheaper. Dude, a lot of people drafted him 2nd round last year. He's cheaper. You know my stance on passing. Before I pass it over to you, I love me some Wilson on that other side. I think he's the second best receiver on this team. Are you, Evan, gonna pass or smash on some Marvin Harrison stock in your fantasy league this year?
I'm smashing, dude. I'm smashing on the talent, dude. I mean, wide receiver 32, man, come on. I mean, at this price, why not? Why not take it? I mean, when you're drafting at this time of the draft, he's what, your wide receiver 4, probably. Like, ideally, he's your wide receiver 4. I mean, if you went running back heavy in the beginning and he's your wide receiver 2, that's a bit gross, but it could turn out to be pretty damn good. I think, I just think that the talent, man, it's worth bidding on for one more year. And at this price, why not? Because, I mean, last year he was a second round pick, dude. That's crazy to me.
I know.
So yeah, no, I'm giving him one more chance, and especially in full PPR. I'm doing it, half PPR, standard scoring, probably not. But yeah, no. Full PPR, Marvin Harrison Jr., smash, smash, smash.
Yeah. So just for last year, a couple comparisons here with Michael Wilson, man. Michael Wilson was getting, 25 to 18 ratio. Harrison was hurt, so therefore Michael Wilson was getting a lot more. He was averaging more, 9.2 catches, 120 yards, 0.8 touchdown, 13 targets a game. When Jacoby Brissett was under, 22.12 fantasy points per game. Marvin Harrison can't scratch that, Brody. He's the expected wide receiver 1 because of his draft. I just think Michael Wilson's the better football player. So
Michael Wilson coming off the board, 23 picks after him. So I guess we'll see.
Right.
We'll see what happens. Yeah. But this is the year, man. Like I'm telling you, man, if Marvin Harrison doesn't do anything this year,
it's a make or break year, dude. It really is. It's a make or break year, and I kind of like investing in that. But dude, knowing that Michael Wilson's the better football player, I'm leaning Marvin Harrison. All right, you got one more? You want me to fire back? I got one left.
You go ahead, and I got you after this.
All right, so this is more so of a give me one person you're smashing on this offense. Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's the names. Starting with the running backs, you can give me 2 if you want. I'm only making you give me one person that you're smashing.
You know I hate the shitty Steelers, dude.
Dowdle, Warren, Gainwell, who I can see upside.
Wait, Gainwell's with the.
Wait, sorry. Dowdle or Warren, Pittman or DK Metcalf. So Metcalf, Pittman, Dowdle, Warren. My heart tells me Dowdle. He's just a little bit more expensive for my liking. Warren, I ain't touching him with your dick. DK and Pittman, you'll never see me do that. So, yeah, I guess I would lean Dowdle, but he's so expensive, dude. I'm not forcing my hand to draft any Steeler at all this year. We had to draft, real quick before I let you go, we had to draft Aaron Rodgers as our QB3 in our best ball on DraftKings, and it was just sick to do. That's how bad it was. 12-team best ball. But anyways, so who you touching on this Steelers offense, dude? Let me put a gun to your head. Pick me a receiver that you want. I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
It's gonna be Pittman for me, just because he's the cheaper of the two between him and DK. DK ADP 84, Pittman 105. Just give me the cheaper one. We saw Pittman produce in a full PPR offense with the Colts when he never really had elite QB play either.
Mm-hmm.
You got DK. He's probably gonna be that guy that's probably stretching the field. Pittman was never a field stretcher, right? So I guess in a full PPR, give me Pittman. I don't want either of them. If you ask me what running backs I want, give me the cheapest one. We saw Warren be kind of pretty productive in full PPR. But we also saw Dowdle, get 200 yards in one game, multiple times. So you got to think about Dowdle having his history with Mike McCarthy. I think that's something you got to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just gambling on the upside of Dowdle with McCarthy again. I'm kind of just getting another run with those two together. But I think Jaylen Warren, if you're in the end of your draft, you're like, fuck, dude, I need a flex, full PPR. I think Warren will be solid too.
So
but
overall,
I hate everybody.
Overall, are you smashing this Pittsburgh offense in any way? Do you find value anyway?
Passing if I have to.
If you can't draft anybody from that, you just pass.
Yeah. If I want a running back, I'll go the upside with Dowdle. If I need a wide receiver for a flex, I'll get the receptions with Pittman.
If you come in, so I did a couple mock drafts, right? So our league is 3 receivers, it's 2 receivers, 2 flexes, right?
Right.
So there's other leagues.
2 receiver, 2 running back, 2 flex.
2 flex.
So I guess, so you could have.
In that situation, I wouldn't mind coming in week 1 with my Dowdle as one of my flexes. Knowing that I go running back, wide receiver. Let's talk quarterback, tight ends. We're punting on those. Dowdle could potentially be there in that 4th, 5th round. Not a bad 2 flex. Now, if you have 3 receivers, some leagues have 2 running backs, 3 receivers. Dowdle's not a bad RB2 if you go receiver heavy. Like, that's my stance on Dowdle. Warren, Metcalf, Pittman, I don't want them being wide receiver 3s or flexes on my team. It's just no
Yeah.
way, no fuck.
I mean, it just takes one bad hit from Rodgers too, and then what does that look like after that, dude? The whole offense could go to shit. It's gonna be a tough division, man. You're looking at, I know we're gonna get into it, but I mean, freaking Bengals and Ravens at the top. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with you. Passing on the Steelers if I can.
All right. You got the last one before we break down the divisions.
Ooh, I want to pick a good one for you, man, and I will because this is yabo. Let's see, where are you, fucker? I just saw you.
Matt.
Smash. You will too. Cam Scatterbo, bro. All right. I think this guy might be superhuman. I think he might not be hurt anymore. And this was your boy, dude. You were standing on the table telling the Broncos, draft my boy Cam Scatterbo. He gets his chance in New York, and it's elite. He's currently coming off the board as running back 19.
Mm-hmm.
So top 20 running back for a guy that's coming off a gruesome leg injury. Are you pulling the trigger on Cam Scatterbo this year? Or are you scared off of him?
The only thing that would scare me off of him is injuries, which his collegiate career, he was, fortunate enough he had the volume, never really got hurt. He had a very gruesome injury, which kept him out. This is going to be a guy that's going to play through concussions. This is going to be a guy who wants to play football. I draft football players, Evan. That's why I fade Marvin Harrison's to draft the Cam Scatterboos. I was right about him again last year. I will be right again about him. If I'm Harbaugh, I know that I want to keep this young quarterback clean. How do you keep him clean, Evan? You have a good run game. You play good defense. The Giants, if they're smart, they're going to slow these games down. I think that's where Harbaugh's going to sneak out a couple of victories for this young Giants team. They're going to make it ugly. They're going to make it dirty. Who the fuck is more uglier and dirtier as a running back than Cam Scatterbo? I think this guy is going to be great. This offense is going to be better. They're going to put more consistent drives. I love Malik Neighbors as well. Don't get me wrong. Both of them coming off of injuries. They need to keep Jackson Start healthy. That's the strategy in New York. How do you do that? You lean on the run game, which means the volume's going to be there for Cam Scatterbo. Also a guy who they want to get involved in the pass game. Make no mistake, this guy's one of their best receivers, and that's not saying that much besides Malik Neighbors. So look for him to catch some screen balls too, dude. I don't know what, round 2, Trillo bets Cam Scatterbo. Trey
That's
McBride
gross.
on the flip side in 3. Well, dude, because I'm never going to see him, right? I'm putting him in my draft perspective. Bijan Robinson, Cam Scatterbo, Trey McBride, Trillo Betts gets his guys, and he's ready to roll.
I think
Smash.
you could probably get this guy in the 4th round if you really wanted
Smash,
to.
no condom. Let's just say that. I mean, no Diddy, but that's how much I'm smashing.
I'm coming across on I'm coming along on Cam Scatterbo for real. I was for sure out on this guy, dude, especially last year. And he made me look like an asshole. Then he breaks his leg in half. And then this year, I'm like, this guy's an absolute animal. He doesn't give a fuck. Like you said, he's going to play through injury. It doesn't matter. So if I'm like hammering wide receiver early and this guy ends up being my RB1, I wouldn't hate it. If he's my RB2 though, I'm kind of liking that build. So
Dangerous.
I'm with you, smashing, but I'm wearing a condom.
Wearing a condom. Okay. Yeah, I think he tears up that division too. I don't think that division's going to stop him getting his way. Speaking of divisions, let's move on. Let's break down the AFC North. This is a fun one for me, Ev. We got betting odds here. Starting up top, you got the Ravens -112. The league is thinking the Ravens are going to be the favorite to win this division. I find that shocking. We'll get into it. Bengals +184. Your shitty offensive Steelers +510. Browns +2100. We said off air that should be 21 million.
It should be 21 million. It's like, oh, who's gonna put? Hey, let me put $10 on the Browns. See what happens.
Let me just tell you this scenario, right?
Jeez.
The Ravens, Lamar gets hurt. That's a realistic possibility. They're out. The Bengals, Joey B gets hurt. That's a realistic opportunity. The Steelers are just the Steelers, and they're not that good. That gives you value on your +2100. Cleveland Browns to go 9-8-1 and win the division. No, just kidding. I'll start, dude. This isn't a division that I'm necessarily excited for. It's nitty gritty. In summary, the Ravens, totally new front office, right? Totally new everybody. It's the Lamar show. Are they going to release him? Is that going to be good? I still like Derrick Henry a lot. I think this defense should be fine. But it's crazy to me to think that this defense that was inconsistent and on paper was better than it was on the field is going to be better without John Harbaugh. I just don't think that that's a possibility. Maybe they just needed some fresh blood in there, and that could elevate them. But dude, John Harbaugh is a fucking Hall of Fame coach. Make no mistake. So I don't necessarily think that they're the front runners of this division. Give me the Bengals just with the possibility that if Joey B and this offense can stay healthy, this defense did get better with Dexter Lawrence. They've invested in that defensive line finally, right? We've been begging for it. So I'll take the Bengals just because it's plus money. Now, if the Ravens were plus money, I would have taken the Ravens, right? I'm basically taking the Bengals because they're cheaper. The Steelers and the Browns, like there's no way, right? But I have no faith in this pick, but give me Bengals plus 184. It's a better offense. I'm leaning Joey B over Lamar as a quarterback. And this team needs to win, bro. This team needs to win. The ownership has invested a lot in the Joey Burrow experience, meaning pay Chase, pay Higgins, pay me. It's time to start producing. It's a tough division too. Make no mistake. They beat the fuck out of each other. So I'll take Bengals plus 184. Why not? What do you got?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's like you said, man. It's time, man. It's time for the Bengals. It's time for Zach Taylor, your boy. To figure it out, get into the playoffs first of all, and get back to a Super Bowl. They haven't done that since when was that? 2021. So yeah, no, I agree 100%. I think that the Ravens, the new staff, what is that going to look like? You got Derrick Henry. If Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry last year, of course, these guys always got a chance, right? But there's a chance he's not.
So do you hate Derrick Henry because of the championship last year?
What he did to me in the championship? Yes, because what did he have? What did he have? 200 yards and how many touchdowns? Two touchdowns or something like that? 4 touchdowns. That's right.
Yeah.
Even worse than 2. Yeah. Didn't do anything all year. And then he's like, all right, here's 4 touchdowns in the championship.
It's a tough division. It really is
tough.
Division.
It is tough because these teams do beat the shit out of each other. I mean, even the Browns are competitive, but I think we're going to see a healthy season of the Cincinnati Bengals for the first time. And
what evidence do we have other than it has to be now? If not now, then when? I think that the coach that's on the biggest hot seat to me in this division is absolutely Zach Taylor. You got new coaches in Ravens and Steelers, right? That Mike McCarthy
and Browns.
I don't necessarily like that too. Yeah, you're right. Browns too. But dude, Zach Taylor is not only in this divisional hot seat. I'm talking the conference hot seat, bro. NFL hot seat. Zach Taylor goes 6-11. I don't give a fuck who gets hurt out there, bro. Figure it the fuck out.
Homie
right?
got to go.
Yeah. So
he didn't have a defense last year, but it's all right. They spent their whole fucking draft on defensive picks. Smart by them. But yeah, I agree, man. It's time to nut up or shut up for your boy Zach Taylor. But if they do stay healthy, man, imagine what this team could be offensively. It could be they could get close to the Broncos record, I think.
So, yeah, and this is a team, too, that's, speaking of Broncos, you don't want them to come into Denver in the AFC Championship game healthy. I'm going to let you know. You don't want to be going into Cincinnati in the divisional game playing the Bengals if they're healthy. Make no mistake. In my opinion, I'm playing the Ravens. I think Lamar's easier to stop, and I'm not scared of Zay Flowers. Now,
a lot less to stop, for sure.
Higgins is scoring 2 on us in his sleep, right? Remember that. That was a great game. I'm a little bit more scared of the Bengals, to be honest, which is where I lean that money. Anything else on the AFC North before we move on?
Nope. So you got Bengals, Ravens, Steelers, Browns. That's how you got it finishing?
Yeah. Yep. I think so. I really want to say the Browns have a chance, but dude, losing Myles Garrett, that defense is not going to be as good.
Bloop. Moving on.
In games, so yeah,
I'm with you.
I'm not big on the Steelers either. So can they tie?
Drew Aller, shout out tonight though, man. He looks pretty good.
Yep, your boy. All right, next, sticking with the North side. This is a division that I love, man. I love it. I find value in it. NFC North, Lions plus 170. Jared Goff can only play at the Dome. Packers plus 225. Very interesting. Talk about a team that needs to show up. Bears plus 305, screaming at me. Vikings plus 510. I love that too. To think that the Vikings have the same odds of winning their division as the Pittsburgh Steelers is absolutely bananas to me. It's just where in the world do these guys come up with these stats? So I'll start off, man. I'm not necessarily in love with the Lions as much as everybody else is, dude. I think this offense is great, but dude, it's also Jared fucking Goff, man. I don't believe in him to the full extent as a fucking team leading quarterback, man. I think he was very blessed by Ben Johnson. You saw digression last year in his play. The offensive creativity is not giving him his plays, right? So now the pressure is more so on Jared Goff, right? I don't think that's necessarily a good thing for him and that Lions team. I love me some Dan Campbell, dude. Don't get me wrong. I think this defense will be better just because it can't get any worse. There are a couple injuries away on that defensive side, though. They don't work on their depth, man. They never worked on their defensive depth. That's still a couple injuries away from they lose the kid. who might get picked up by Seattle now too. The Shoots forget that defensive backfield isn't very good. So I don't like the Lions as the favorites. I also don't like the Packers at plus 225. I think the Packers, to me, like they just ride on Jordan Love so much. Like I don't know.
Real
Go ahead.
quick. How many yards do you think Goff threw for last year?
4,000.
4,564, which was second in the NFL, bro. That is insane, dude. 34 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, man.
Did they make the playoffs?
How could you not believe it? It's a team sport, Dom. All right,
Did they make the playoffs? They didn't win their division. Did they make the playoffs?
Look, I'm saying
No.
put some respect on my boy Goff's name. He is a very good quarterback.
He's a phony. He got traded, and then the team after won the Super Bowl immediately after.
You need to.
The team won the Super Bowl immediately after. They made one trade, and it was the quarterback position. And then Matthew Stafford won the Super Bowl. Like, do you know how crazy that is?
I mean, 2 years ago, they were they were the Super Bowl favorites. So
and then they got blown out by the fucking the Commanders. That was
I know.
Talk about a crazy game, right?
Yeah,
then he led to not showing up in the moment. So back to the Packers, man. And I'm disrespecting Jared Goff any chance I can get.
Then you better disrespect Jared Love because
Jordan Love to me, man, is another guy who, dude, I think he's overrated until he can prove it. He can't stay healthy. This is a Packers wide receiver room that I like, even with the loss of Wicks. I think this could be potentially the Matthew Golden show here. You know, I love Christian Watson.
Christian Watson, baby.
You know, we love Christian Watson. I had him in our best, but dude, I mean, he averaged 20 his last 4 games. I like it, but the second place, I don't love him more than the Bears. The Bears plus 305 to me screams at me. It's the best offense. I'm worried about this defense. This is going to be the highest
defense.
Going
to be shitty.
It's going to be the highest scoring division to me because Lions defense, Hutchinson, great. Okay. I'm not scared. Packers defense, Micah Parsons, was it worth it? No. I thought they were better without him. And that's your boy. Bears defense, obviously we know. Vikings, potentially the best defense in that division somehow, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the 2 sleepers. I'm taking flyers on the Bears and the Vikings. I need one of them to win the division. I put 10. You know, I could even put a 10er on the Packers. I'm winning money no matter what. So I'm not taking the Lions here. You want me to finish it? I'm going to do Bears. I'm going to do a surprise pick, put the Vikings second. I'm going to fade the Lions, put them last. I'll put Packers sneaking in as the third season. And I think Jared Goff, I think this Lions team starts thinking of the future here immediately after this season. Bang! Chillo bets. Boom! Lockeroony.
First of all, wouldn't touch the Vikings with your dick. I'm telling you, Lions, they are going to put it together this year. Are they 11-6? Maybe. Are they 12-5? Hell no. But they're going to be a goddamn fucking machine. Their strength of schedule this year is ridiculous, dude. It's so ridiculous. Tons of dome games. I'm telling you, man, that's going to bear well for these guys. Last time they had this many dome games, they were in the fucking NFC, what was it, the NFC title game? Or was it the NFC divisional against the Commanders? Yeah, it was a title game. Yeah, so last time they had this many dome games, man, they were there. So, and I think Jahmyr Gibbs is going to wreck shop this year, dude.
That's so true. He's the best player in the division, hands down.
Lean on that guy. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is just so underrated, man. He's so good. I mean, everything I'm hearing, our boy Uncle Lou is out there, man. He's a Lions fan. You know, Laporta is going to be nice. We're talking about Laporta resurgence with Drew Petzing over there as an OC. They took a hit with their center being out.
That's a big loss.
See what happens. See what happens there. But I'm leaning Lions here, man. I'm leaning Bears in the second, and then Packers third, Vikings fourth. Vikings will be looking for a quarterback in 2027. Good QB class, Vikings. Soak it up.
I'm just, this division to me is like totally lopsided. I mean, I could see the Vikings winning this division, dude. I'm not even joking. I mean, if
Kyler Murray,
dude, but I swear to God, dude, and I'd never wish injury upon anybody. If Gibbs tears his ACL, this team is one of the worst teams in football. It is.
Yeah. I mean, Pacheco, who's already hurt too. I think he's got an MCL sprain or some shit like that.
How many times have we seen in the past where, dude, these running back dependent teams, their best player gets hurt and they don't pivot, man? Gibbs is the best player in this division. He's going to get 30 touches a game and he deserves it. But when you're just that dependent, I mean, dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like Jared Goff, as much. I'm not saying like I fucking love Kyler Murray more than Jared Goff. I'm just saying like for the value of plus 500, plus 300 on Caleb Williams. And I think that little mobility is going to start catching up to Jared Goff, man. He thinks he's like more so Stafford. To me, the game's getting easier for Stafford. It's like slowing down. Like kind of when Peyton. Remember when Peyton in his last couple of years? The game was fucking easy. He
didn't even have an arm.
Brady in Tampa Bay. You tell me Brady in Tampa Bay, like, didn't know where that ball was going, like, fucking 3 days ago? Of course he did.
Mhm.
I don't think that's click for Jared Goff, man. I think he needs to be told what to do still, and I think that he's done great for the Lions. They're relevant. I got family up there in Lansing and Detroit, but this team doesn't deliver. It's not Dan Campbell's fault. It's not Gibbs' fault. It's not Amron's fault. It's the defense's fault, sure, but at the same time, your quarterback should will you through it, and he hasn't. So I'm fading him too, and I think that it's going to be this offseason is going to be like, what do the Lions do? Do they move on? He also can't play outside. Like if the last four, let's say the division's tight, right? Let's just say
It's in
Packers,
Green
Lions,
Bay or
then
Chicago,
it's in
yeah.
Green Bay, then it's in Chicago,
So I think I need to
right?
see. I'm pretty sure they play in Chicago week 15, dude.
At
And that
Pittsburgh, you know what I'm
that
saying?
that
Like it's just
that
like
is that is that is
I can pull it up too. Lions
that is
schedule.
I believe that's fantasy football semifinals.
Yeah, if you have Jared Goff and you're in the semifinals, then I'm fucking wrong, boys. I'm like way wrong. So okay, so yeah, they're playing. I can't tell who's home and away. Bears,
Jesus. Let me see.
Falcons, Dome, Bucks, Dolphins. Damn, they might have got they might have got really lucky here. If it's
Who? The Lions?
yeah, let me see who's fucking home. I can't tell who's home or away. Okay, that's home. So top is home. Okay, so they're at Chicago. They're at Green Bay. Yeah, the last 2 weeks they're at Chicago and at Green Bay.
No, but the Green Bay is the week 18.
Mhm.
So it'll be so basically you're getting what is that? Oh my god, dude. This fucking scheduling shit is so fucking whack.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Titans, Vikings, Giants, Bears.
Packers.
So Vikings, Giants, Bears. So I guess semifinals, yeah, that's great against the
No,
Giants.
well, I'm not talking from a fantasy perspective. I'm talking like a fucking, hey, we got to win fucking 2 out of the last 3. We got Giants at home. Great. We're going to win that. Oh, no, Jared Goff, you have to go to fucking Chicago January 3rd. Are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me? He's already cold. Oh, here, the next week, don't worry, it'll get better at Lambeau. I
dude,
think this,
they did them dirty, bro. 3 divisional games in the last 4, bro. That's fucking ass.
yeah,
Oh
I
my
really
god.
like this Saints spread week 1 too, by the way. I will be hopping on the Saints plus the points there against your
Shootouts,
Detroit
baby.
Lions. Little shootout, baby. All right, that's AFC North, NFC North breakdown. So wait, you got Lions, Packers, Bears, Vikings? Or did you switch Bears? So you got the way Vegas got it.
Yeah, actually give me Lions, Bears, Packers, Vikings.
Lions,
Sorry.
Bears. Yep.
Got to put some respect on the
Plus
Bears, man.
305 for the Bears. I think that's kind of crazy, you know?
We need to cook up a parlay on teams to make the playoffs also, so.
Yeah, was just looking at that too, dude. You want to talk about this division? The Bears minus 105. Packers minus 146. Okay, so I'm not doubting the Packers, but I'm just saying the value on the fucking Bears is incredible at minus 105. Broncos, on the contrary, minus 140. Cowboys plus 100. You know, like
Yes, please.
Vikings plus 154. I don't necessarily
Get
love
off
that.
the Vikings.
I don't love
Stop
that.
it.
I don't love that as much. I'd rather fly on them than win the division plus 500. But yeah, you know, like Packers minus 146, which leaves your Lions at minus 220, which is only minus 225 is the defending champs Seahawks. Like you're crazy if you're pressing that Lions button before the Seahawks. I don't care about the digression. Another random one too. We're going to break down AFC West next. Chiefs minus 205. Bro, give me that fade button. Trillo bets 2 years in a row, puts his fucking honor on the line. What do you think, bud?
I'm in. Let's do it.
I know you. All right. Episode 151, rum, pineapple juice is over. Shout out to Ev for coming in on a weekday. Dante is just having his fucking time of his life, listening to listening to some Zach Bryan revival right now. We'll be seeing him tomorrow. Ev, any suggestions for Trillo bets down at Mile High? Should I steal a little turf for you, bud?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Anytime you want to do that, it's appreciated. Shout out to my boy Dante, man. For real. Enjoy your night. To the missus, she's a saint for putting up with your ass. Nah, I'm loving it. We need to do another. All right, so we need to do another mock draft. People have been asking, listener mock. So we got to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Are we out on best ball drafts right now, or should we do at least one more?
We did our 2 on DraftKings. We're good to go. We got 2 $3 million makers. We got yours. I think we're good. I think now, dude, it's more so crunch time on like, let's pivot off of best ball and we could start transitioning on like, what do we do from these different draft situations, mock drafts, right? And then we got to talk sleepers still. We got to talk busts, right? Like people were not touching. So the smash or pass is good because we had a lot of interesting ones, and I think we keep riding that, man. We're 3 weeks away. We're gonna have a ton of NFL breaking news. Make sure you guys tune in. You know, it's all football season, bro. This is when Ev comes alive. He's arisen, Undertaker. Plus, the Twins are only one game back of the playoffs, Ev. So don't sleep on my fucking Minnesota Twins. But every time I've worn a jersey for the podcast, they've lost. So might have to come in shirtless next week.
You know what I think of the Twins?
Does it live. He does it live. All right, dude. Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in on this beautiful Thursday night. Have yourselves a safe weekend. Like I've been telling Dante, me and Ev, I know Ev's been doing it too. Do some work around the house, boys. Get the work done. What does the wife you want to do? Take her out. Go do it. Go on that grocery shopping shit. Because in about 3 weeks, college football starts in 2, by the way. It's shutdown time.
Shout out to TSP, dude. Shout out to Sideline Podcast, man. We're getting ready for our college dynasty squad.
Yeah.
Which meaning to speak on that, you're a snake, by the way. You fucked us over last year. Now you fucked us over again. That being said, we have the handcuff to your Northwestern running back? Northwestern running back.
Dude, we'll talk off air here in a minute. But dude, my team, it's so loaded. I don't even know what to do. I got to drop 3 people. I don't even know who to drop, bro. Everybody's averaging 18 on my team. Team's loaded.
Well, you're gonna have to drop somebody, and I will be there.
And you're gonna be scooping them up. Yeah, you and Dante arguing on the chat. All right, yeah, college football. Like I said, man, get that house in order, boys. Go downstairs, clean out the crawl space, fellas. Get that shit done in 3 weeks. It's gonna be couch season. Start upgrading the couch. Take the wifey out. Do what you got to do around the house, fellas. Let's bite down here in the near future. Until then, Trilla Bets, Ev Vinyls, episode 151. Almost there to 300, Ev. That's when Crew Talk's hitting us up. Deuces.